All right, let's try this again. I just went live and so there is no audio. So today we're talking about what not to do on LinkedIn. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Denise Allison and I mentor and advise entrepreneurs and I help them create their own social media content so that they can attract the perfect customers for them. All right, so today's episode is inspired by all of the things that I see people doing on LinkedIn, which are things that they really shouldn't be doing and are probably leading them to get deleted, blocked, or otherwise miss out on opportunities because of the actions that they are taking. So I see people do these all of the time and they drive me nuts and I just don't really understand why they're happening. So before we get into it, I'm just gonna double check that people can actually hear me. So let me know below if you can hear me. I'm gonna check on my phone. I'm streaming to 3 different places at once, and I still haven't quite gotten the hang of this platform, Restream.io. So just gonna do a little check here, and make sure we're good to go. So it says I have a comment, but I don't know if this is the right. I don't know if this is the right stream. Maybe it's the one where I couldn't hear anything. So anyway, let me know in the comments and hopefully I can sort this out. But if you haven't gotten it yet, I just created a brand new guide, and that is Grow Your Business with LinkedIn, a guide for entrepreneurs. So give me a yes below if you want that, or you can put like a hands up emoji and let me know if that's something that you want and I'll send it over. All right, so again, just checking to make sure that people are actually seeing this and not seeing but actually hearing me, and then we'll get right into the content. So just gonna go over here on Twitter/Periscope and see if there's some sound, and let's see. Oh, good, there's sound. Okay, so we're ready to roll. So the first thing people do on LinkedIn that gets them missing out on opportunities and probably annoys a lot of people is tagging 100 people in their posts. So tagging people is something that you can do on LinkedIn, and it's a great way to tag someone who the post that you've created is relevant to them, or there's some kind of connection, or maybe you've told a story that relates to them, or they're in, or anything else where, yeah, that person wants to know more about this post, and it has to do with them. The problem comes up when somebody goes on a tagging spree and tags like 30 people or 100 people, and none of those people really have anything to do with the content that they are sharing. So the reason people do this, like the first reason, like the legitimate reason, is they want to notify that person and make sure they see that post and indicate that it involves them. But the scammier reason is that those people are going to see the post, it's going to get more visibility, they're potentially going to comment on the post, that gets more engagement, and then the algorithm shows that post to more people. So they're using it as like an underhanded way to get more engagement on their post. So I always find it very annoying when I'm tagged in a post that really has nothing to do with me. I don't quite know, like they're telling a story, nothing to do with me. They're talking about themselves and their businesses, and I just don't see the connection, and I see that there's 30 other people tagged. I'm like, why am I tagged in this? Like, yeah, if this is something directly related to me, go ahead, tag me. If someone's talking about social media and you want my input, or they're talking about live video and you want my input, or whatever, you're like, you saw a dog video and you thought that I would like it, go ahead and tag me, but don't tag people and tag me in it, because I find that very annoying. I've had people tag me every single day in their post, and there's no relevance, and is really going into the territory of spam. So don't tag people that have nothing to do with your post. Keep it for legitimate reasons. Now, algorithms are smart, and they change often. And this is the type of activity where if LinkedIn sees people abusing this, they're going to build into their algorithm that tagging gets you less visibility. Like, that's how the algorithm on Facebook has evolved, where it used to say like and share this post, and people would do that and they get more visibility. And now when you do that, the algorithm really punishes you. So I could see that if people continue to abuse that LinkedIn would build that into their algorithm, where it actually does you a disservice to be tagging all kinds of people. So that's the number one thing that you shouldn't be doing on LinkedIn. The number two thing is sending the automated message that LinkedIn creates for you. So that might be when you're sending a connection request. Recently, this is what my LinkedIn inbox looked like. Congrats on your work anniversary. 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 And on and on and on and on. And I found that very, very annoying because of a couple of reasons. First is that this is like work anniversary. It's not a real thing. It's not actually when I started my business, for one thing. And it really doesn't mark anything important to me, although people don't know that. So, that's giving the benefit of the doubt. But the annoying thing is that all they had to do is press a button. It says, hey, it's Denise's work anniversary, say congrats. And they clicked that button and off it went. And then I got spammed with all of these messages of people not taking 30 seconds to say, I see it's your work anniversary, congratulations, how are you? Or, adding something that's going to create a conversation, which is what social media is all about. So don't send the pre-created message. Nothing says that you care like sending a message that was written by LinkedIn, right? So don't send those automated ones. Even in the inbox, it gives you suggestions of what to say next. Most of the time, you're not going to use those. Sometimes it makes sense, like, oh yeah, sure, it looks good. Can't wait. Things like that, those can work, but most of the time, you're not going to want to use what LinkedIn writes for you because it's very generic and robotic. So this is what I did. Like, they send you get these messages over the span of a week because that's kind of how they've announced it and share that information with your network. So once a couple of days had passed and I've gotten all kinds of these messages, I posted on my LinkedIn feed and I said, thank you for all of the congrats on your work anniversaries. If you feel the need to send me a congrats, please include a sentence about something that I might not know about you. Guess how many people did that? None of them. Nobody went to my profile for 1 minute to look at what I posted to see that, hey, one, maybe she doesn't want to be getting this message. And two, how can I make her want to receive this message? I would love to receive a message with you sharing something I might not know about you, because it's going to start a conversation. We'll get to know each other and it'll be great. But just sending congrats on your work anniversary, it doesn't start a conversation. And it really is just cluttering my inbox. So don't send those automated messages. They are really kind of alienating the person you're sending it to, because you're taking the time to get in front of them, but not taking the time to show that you care about them. So don't send those. At least take a few seconds to customize it a little bit. And number 3, I don't think this one's going to come as a surprise, but don't go straight for the kill. So don't send a connection request and like 2 seconds after they've accepted that, send a huge long story trying to pitch your product or service. So I get one of those probably every single day, and it's always like a super long pitch about something. And if I need to scroll like this, like I'm holding my phone, if I need to scroll through it like this, it means that it's too long. I'm not going to read it. I know that it's a pitch and I'm just going to ignore it, and I'm probably going to delete you from my connections because it just drives me nuts when people do that. So I don't know, like, has this ever been effective for anybody? Like, has anyone ever made a sale through sending a pitch directly to somebody that they don't know? I'm thinking that the ratio of that is really, really small. So don't go straight for the kill. Don't pitch right away. Get to know your connections. Maybe they don't care about what you have to offer because maybe they don't have the challenge or the problem that you're solving. For example, a couple days ago, before that, I was sick. I was in bed. I could not get off of the couch. I was incredibly sick. And so probably on Tuesday, I was feeling cranky and tired of all the crappy messages I was getting. And someone sent me a connection request, and I don't accept everyone who sends me a connection request because sometimes I know that they look sketchy and they're gonna spam me. So sorry if I'm generalizing, but that's just the way that it is. So someone sent me a connection request. It was a lady from Ottawa. So I was like, oh, okay, sure. I accept a lot of people who I don't know. So I do still get a lot of these. But I got a connection request. I accepted it. And then, probably 1 second later, I got this sales pitch. And now I'm trying to find it here, and I might it might have gotten down too far in my messages. Actually, you know what happened? I deleted them, so now I can't see it, but I took a screenshot because it was actually this awful. So basically what happened, they sent me a connection request, and then 2 seconds later, this was the message. Hi Denise, hope you're doing well. We offer PMP exam prep course, both instructor-led classroom-based and live online training. Classroom training location, Halifax. And then they go with dates and other courses and blah, blah, blah. And it says, if interested, please reply to this message. So like I said, I was feeling cranky and grumpy, and I don't even know what PMP exam is. And so I sent a message and I said, interesting, I'm not writing that exam, nor do I ever intend on writing it. The fact that I don't know what it is means I'm probably never going to be writing it. And then I got this. Hi Denise, thank you for your response. I request you to please share your contact number so I can arrange the call from our instructor, Ms. Tabassum Hussein. She'll be explaining all the details about the PMP training coordination. So, okay, I said that I didn't want it, and you thought that meant that I did want it. And then I got another message that was like, yeah, we've sent all of the details to your email. And I actually got two other messages, and they both said something like that. One of them was like, we sent all the details to your email, make sure you check it out. And then the next one said, make sure you check your junk folder, blah, blah, blah. So I checked my email, and they had sent me a whole email about this PMP exam that I don't care about, I'm not taking. And so I sent a message, and I said, thank you, but I'm not interested. Please take me off of your list. And I thought that was it. And then the next day I got a call from them asking if I had any questions and if they could help me with the sign up process. So this is basically an example of bots gone wild, where I responded with anything and they put me into the system where they pulled my email and my phone number from my LinkedIn profile and then started harassing me about this exam that I don't know anything about. So even if I was gonna write this exam or like some other qualifying exam like an LSAT or an MCAT, which no one's ever gonna let me write, but even if I was doing that and I was like, hey, I want to find a prep company to help me prepare for that, I would never go with this company. I would never recommend them. I would probably go and tell people not to use them because they basically harass me on social media and in my email and on the phone. So all this to say, make sure you get to know your prospective customers first. They could have asked, hey, are you planning on writing a PMP exam or something like that, and not like spam the heck out of me. So that's number 3. Don't go in straight for the kill. Make sure you take the time to get to know your connections. Make sure they actually have the problem that you're solving. And then you can start talking about whether you can have a conversation about how you might be able to help them. So those are the 3 things. So don't tag everybody on your list. 2, don't send the automated like message thing that LinkedIn creates for you. And 3, don't go automatically into a pitch. Now, there are other things that people do on LinkedIn that they shouldn't, but we're not going to get into details of that today. I think that is enough to keep you satisfied for now. So thank you so much for joining me on this Thursday edition of the Art of Online Marketing live show. This Thursday edition is going to be added to my rotation, so I'll be live every Tuesday and Thursday. So we're changing things up a bit. The timing is going to change soon, so stay tuned for that. And I'm also planning a whole series of guest interviews starting mid-May. So stay tuned for that. Those are going to be on Thursdays, and I'm really excited about some of the guests that I have coming up. All right, so if you haven't gotten my LinkedIn guide for entrepreneurs of Grow Your Business with LinkedIn, a guide for entrepreneurs, comment below with yes or like a hands up emoji, and I'll make sure that you get that. And I'll see you all on Tuesday for another episode of the Art of Online Marketing live show.